So let's talk about GTA 6 and the seismic impact that it's probably going to have when it launches. Based on the financial trajectory, market expectations, and just the cultural gravity surrounding it, it's going to be an entertainment event operating on a scale that is entirely separate from the rest of the industry. Following the recent disclosures to the Securities and Exchange Commission, aka the SEC, Take Two has firmly locked in the date for the launch of this game, which is a big whew for every other developer and every other game out there. So finally, knock on wood, that's going to be the date when it launches. But this particular move just establishes that the game is not merely an upcoming product, but it's a key economic anchor for the rest of the entire gaming sector. Now, in order to understand the impact, we need to analyze both the massive economic lift that this is probably going to bring to an already kind of stagnant market, and the fact that because of the nature of the size of this game, how deeply cannibalistic a shadow is cast over the rest of the entire ecosystem. From a technical and corporate standpoint, the game just represents a big shock to the sluggish industry that we're kind of experiencing right now. For over a year, you've seen hardware manufacturers kind of struggle with plateauing console sales, and the current generation of hardware just is continuing to mature. I mean, PlayStation released the Pro version, but I would hazard a guess to say that those sales have not been exactly where they wanted to be. And historically, a singular software release um, on the size and scale of GTA 6 can be a primary catalyst for a lot of hardware adoption. And industry analysts right now are projecting that basically this game alone is going to serve as a key system seller across every other title, every other, system or console that you can see out there. And it's going to just compel a bunch or millions of casual players to finally upgrade their setups just to participate in this shared cultural moment. So essentially, that price increase that we're seeing for consoles across the board right now, while it's somewhat related to the chip shortages, also allows all these companies to kind of prime the marketplace ahead of time before GTA 6 actually launches. Because if you're a person right now looking to buy a console with all the prices that have recently increased, by the time where it's getting to the release date for GTA 6, you're essentially locked in. Like those prices are locked in. You gotta go get something at that particular point in time. So I would even say if you haven't gotten a system yet that, or you're thinking about upgrading your system ahead of that launch and you want to do that, just go ahead and do that now, because the prices, they're probably only going to increase leading up to that November launch date. Furthermore, as you kind of just look at the game's astronomical budget, which just serves as a almost effective competitive moat for just Rockstar overall. Now, there's lots of rumors speculating out there that it's in the multi-billion dollar figures, which I totally can believe, because you're not just looking at GTA 6 alone, you're looking at the online aspect too as well. Credible business data kind of places the development costs around 1 billion to 1.5 billion. So when you're factoring in the global marketing campaigns, post-launch, server infrastructure, a decade of planned live service updates, the total lifecycle investment is probably going to be about 2 billion bucks. In the modern gaming landscape, this level of investment is like a luxury that only a handful of developers can actually, deploy or enjoy at all. Because essentially it's funded by the persistent, more high margin card flow of GTA 5, with GTA Online still going up really, really strong right now. I mean, it just recently cleared, I think, 230 million copies sold and still counting. And the $500 million in just generated revenue annually by the online component of it. This studio, Rockstar in general, is fielded from kind of the typical short-term financial pressures that plague a lot of other companies that you're seeing essentially shutting down announcing layoffs almost every other month right now in the gaming industry. Now, this kind of financial insulation allows them to be really uncompromising in their commitment to scope, scale, mechanical polish, and just forcing the technical boundaries of an open world AI, physics, fidelity, and everything else that they're looking to evolve. I mean, just case in point, look at Red Dead Redemption 2 and its depiction of your horse's ball size changing with the weather. That amount of detail is absolutely insane, and there are only a few studios that are able to do that. And Rockstar is already known as one of the ones that can actually dedicate that amount of time and detail to do something like that. The project size of this and its just magnitude, however, is also creating a problem because it inevitably alters the surrounding environment around it to the detriment of everyone else. Kind of when you look at just even last year, based off of the past release dates, and every single time when it would release a date, and just the runway just entirely clears out for that time period or launch period, because everybody just knows that the immediate consequence of a definitive launch date is just a complete disruption of the entire calendar. Behind closed doors, every other competitor is just panicking because they have to really make sure that they're rescheduling and reevaluating, their title to make sure that it's just not within that window before they just get absolutely slammed by the behemoth that is GTA 6. Attempting to launch anything within a week or weeks of this title is almost just recognized as commercial suicide. The game is just not merely going to dominate media coverage, it's effectively going to drain consumer discretionary spending. Like, you have a ton of people who are literally just keeping their powder dry for any big game purchases until GTA 6 launches. And that's for good reason, because for a sustained period, the broader industry just faces a functional consumer media blackout during that window. And then there's the concern, again, going back to the reason why people are keeping their powder dry, is we're expecting a price increase with the launch of GTA 6. The current premium retail bracket is between $70 to $80, but a lot of developers, some of the really sketchy ones, are hoping that this kind of sets a new paradigm for titles. Now, you may look at it and say, like, hey, some of these other titles are not on par or on the level as a GTA 6 in terms of the hype, the expectation, and what will hopefully be the delivery. But the overarching monetization architecture is really engineered to be very aggressive. And most of the corporate financial projections really look at it about roughly 65% of the total bookings or profit coming from this are gonna come from users just continually spending, and that's mainly focused on the GTA Online piece of the business, or GTA Online part of the game. Now, this metric just essentially just reveals a stark reality that I think everybody knows. The initial retail price is just the entry fee into the live service ecosystem. The single player narrative, while it's going to be grand in execution, it's going to be really, really great and really fun, it's essentially just a massive onboarding pipeline for the GTA Online piece of the game. And that just dovetails into the maximizing the microtransactions part of things. Finally, one of the things that we still do need to consider at some point is just the human and corporate toll of chasing this level of perfection, with all the persistent tension that's going on too as well in the entirety of the industry. Only time will tell essentially what we're going to find out here, if there has been a significant level of crunch or not, because pushing back this timeline kind of reflects the difficulty of polishing this kind of ecosystem of an online and a single player experience, with the complexity and just the overall operational strain of doing all of this stuff, especially with the fact that this is a game that a lot of people have been waiting on, and there's a lot at stake here. You're managing a multi-billion-dollar corporate mandate here that is, true hell or high water, has to succeed. So we'll see whenever those stories come out what they actually are. Essentially, what this game is, what GTA 6 is going to be, is a new baseline. When it finally launches, it's definitely going to dismantle every day one revenue record in the entire gaming industry. The conservative benchmarks are usually saying about 20 million units within 24 hours, but I'm probably going to hazard a guess that it's going to blow that out. If it's not going to meet it, it's probably going to exceed it. That's, I think, a safe bet. And for the corporate balance sheet of Take-Two, there's going to be a historic milestone for them. For us as a consumer, it's finally going to give the long-awaited return to a video game that we've waited for a really long time. I mean, you see it everywhere. Oh, we got this before we got GTA 6. People have been waiting for this game. The one thing that it does do is that it cements a very interesting paradigm shift for the entirety of the video game industry. It essentially says that this is the new reality where a flagship entertainment product that takes decades of development, billions of dollars in capital, elevates retail prices, and relies on a persistent monetization to sustain its own weight, is going to be the new Chase. It's going to be the new live service dragon. It's going to change the industry, and it's going to leave everybody questioning, hey, where do we stand right now in the gaming industry? So let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment, like, share. Give me your thoughts on what you think about GTA 6 when it's actually going to launch. And stay safe out there. Peace.